Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What is happening, family? What is happening, family? What is going on? What is going on? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. As always, thank you so much for those who are my diehard supporters who continue to tune in each and every weeknight, or whether if you just tune in general and support you, whether if you follow us on social media or you check us out on demand on various platforms that we're on. I just want to thank you so much. Please continue to keep that momentum going, keep that support going. Share with family, share with friends, share with those who are interested in conversational programs like myself, opinionated programs like myself, fun and informative like myself. I truly appreciate that, my friends. Look, we are growing. We have so much great things coming forth for you all. I can't wait to share those news with you eventually, but we're working, we're hustling back here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We have a team of folks behind the scenes that is going to be joining the team, and I'm hyped because look, it can be a lot on your boy, right? You know, I'm a business owner. I'm everywhere 24/7, whether if it's at, certain functions, speaking engagement, this and then the other. I do it all. I bring this up too because the last show, for those who are watching us, you probably realize they're like, when I said deuces, I just like boom, I tapped right out. I just cut it right off. Reason because of that, y'all. So when it comes to editing my shows, I'm not the best at that. And so what had happened was I realized I did not give you all the proper, send off. What we normally do, we have our closer where we love to share our give you our way to find us on social media and all that great stuff. And so I realized I'm like, I literally just said deuces, I cut it right off. And again, it's a work in progress. It's the first time this ever happened to me ever out of 344 to be exact shows. All of a sudden now it wants to start happening with the mistakes. So I apologize for that, but I want to thank the stations, the radio stations where you can find us on, because they looked out and said, oh no, we can take care of that, that dead space. But it was funny. We are an hour-long show, and literally at 59 minutes and 13 seconds, I just say plop, goodbye. Like, no. So I want to apologize for those who are probably watching saying like, wow, he kind of just left rudely. How rude. No, I apologize, my friends. Again, I'm a work in progress when it comes to working behind the scenes with my show. So that's why I said we're doing so great. Eventually we're building up a team, behind the scenes team, just to kind of lighten the load on me, as I give all my strength and all my knowledge and power and this and that and the other in front of the mic, so I can give you, deliver you all with great content, great conversation, great everything. So yes, I want to thank you all for taking 1 hour of your time to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. As I mentioned, we are a grassroots, we're a growing independent platform, and we are just honored to be seen on so many platforms. You probably are streaming us right now on YouTube or Rumble, or Goatverse TV. Please, if you haven't yet, download the Goatverse TV app. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire. You can listen to the Arrington Gavin Show wherever you get your podcasts. All right. Um, as well as you can listen to us on the radio airwaves. We're in two big markets. First market I want to acknowledge is our New Orleans family by way of WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. So honored and blessed to be a part of this amazing station, this historic radio station, one of the oldest and longest running black owned talk radio stations in the country. Okay. I'll say it again, one of the longest running black owned black owned talk radio stations in the country. See, because here's the thing: when talk radio when talk radio first come to mind, talk radio is dominated by conservative talkers, right? All around our United States, when it comes to talk radio, it's mostly conservative, right wing, far right wing, this and any other. No, it's important to have black voices. It's important for black media to have our talk radio platforms, right? It's needed. It's important, especially in today's time. So I'm just honored to be a part of that family with WBOK 1230 AM. You see, I'm rocking the hat as we're speaking. For those who are watching, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights, Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Time on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. Then I want to move it on to the Metro Atlanta area, where you can also listen to the Arrington Gavin Show by way of WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. That is, you can tune to the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays, weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we continue to grow. We continue to get more in front of more faces. We're continue to get on more stations. It's, like I said, it's a work in progress, but we're doing great stuff here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Okay. All right. Now that I said that, I do want to point out, if you haven't yet, please follow us on our social media platforms. We're available on Instagram, Blue Sky. All right. One word, Blue Sky, X, as well as Substack. So please subscribe to our Substack page. We got some great content on there. We're a zero sugar coating kind of show, right? I don't BS you just the way I don't want y'all to BS me. I want to give it to y'all straight, unfiltered, of course, in a respectable way, but we just have so much stuff that goes on in our world that doesn't need the whole cookie cutter stuff. Like, just get to it, get to the details, and how does this affect us? And just to keep y'all informed, because I've noticed there's a lot of folks out there that are just uninformed, right? People in the black community uninformed, people in the Hispanic community uninformed, people in the Asian community uninformed. There's so many people, the in all cultures, in all groups, people are uninformed, and mainly because no one loves the news, no one loves politics, and not even just politics. I mean, it's what a lot of stuff. Why? Because we're all hustlers. We focus more on working. We get home, we crash, we binge watch our favorite shows. That's it. But it's really important, y'all. You have to stay informed and up to speed on what's happening in our everyday life, right? In our backyard, in your state, your selected state, or just in the country as well, and just in our world. So again, please follow us on those social media platforms, as I mentioned earlier. Let's move it on with our fun fact of the day, something we love to get started before we hit our headlines. On today's fun fact, did you all know that the Green Party, which is a third political party, you got your, the Democratic Party, you have the Republican Party, your top two head honchos, and then you have third parties like, the People's Party, the Green Party, the Libertarian Party. There's so many freaking parties, the Forward Party. There's so many parties out there, until it's not even funny. But the Green Party, did you know, exists in over 90 countries. All right. says here that the environmentalist Green Party has an international presence, showing how global environmental politics have become. And that's very true, because you do want to focus in the environment has a huge impact, whether if it's certain green energy, waterways, this and that and the other. I'm still continue to learn on the in environmental side of things. I know Blazing Buckshot Bloom, who's been on a couple times here on the program. He's currently running for Virginia State delegate out of Virginia. He was on the conservation committee, and it was actually an election you have to do where they're into what's going on in their backyard, and with their land, this and that. I mean, it's quite interesting. It's really interesting. So yes, that is our fun fact on today's show. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, my friends. Look, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to.
And we still in traffic.
I don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new GoatVerse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In goats, we trust.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
What is happening, y'all? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin. First up, I know y'all been following this Diddy case, right? Sean Puffy Combs, Sean Diddy Combs, Sean Puff Daddy Combs, Sean Love Combs. There's so many names. But as I've mentioned before, it is we're witnessing a fall from grace, right? Whether if he is found guilty in this case or whether if he's found innocent, his career is over. All right. So this case will be going on for another, I think, 3-4 weeks. But it hasn't looked good for Diddy. We've had testimonials from statements brought in on the what do they call it, on the bench, or I'm over here trying to speak like I'm an attorney or some crap. I watch Law and Order SVU a lot, but you've had folks testify against him, like Cassie Ventura, who's a former girlfriend, which we've all witnessed the horrendous video of her being abused physically by Diddy, which really was the icing on the cake for this case. We've also noticed and heard that Kid Cudi, a very popular artist and actor, was also testified against Diddy, because at the time when Cassie and Puff was going in separate ways, she, I think, apparently hooked up or allegedly hooked up with Kid Cudi, and they were getting a little too comfortable, and again allegedly Diddy had wanted to blow up his vehicle, Kid Cudi's vehicle. I mean, some gangster-ish, I will say. And so we are noticing so many interesting things, right? Whether if it's those who are think that Diddy's innocent, those who think Diddy's guilty, which I will say, if you want to play the cards right, I see majority of folks are saying that man is guilty. This man is going to do some time, and it's we can't believe it's going to put a dent in the black culture. And I'm not saying this as a person who is defending him. I do think it's not looking good for him. Now, was I a fan of Diddy as a businessman? Yes. Did he have some hits? Of course. His impact in the music culture is a story. So give props just the way folks be giving R. Kelly, like saying, hey, look, he's still a great, the music is one thing, but the actual person is one. Me personally, I can't get on with the R. Kelly music because I'm like, okay, who, he wrote some of his songs. What was he singing about? You know what I mean? But not a part of this story here. Apparently, well, it's not apparently. There's video, and I'm gonna actually share the soundbite with you. There's free Puff merch, t-shirts outside of the Sean Diddy Combs trial. And these protesters are being paid $20 an hour. Do you hear me? $20 an hour. Now, this is called true desperacy. All right, because when you got to start paying folks and $20 an hour, I'm like, come on now, this is insane. But you have folks out there that will make merch and be like, hey, look, I'm gonna make some money off of this stuff, regardless of if I like him or not. I'm gonna make some money off of this, because you do have your diehard supporters that saying he's innocent. We've seen it to as bad as serial killers has their fan base and the whole 9 yards. Let me go ahead and share this soundbite for you, and then we'll talk on the other end.
Okay. Protesters, you can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20.
I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free puffy shirt.
Stop. I could tell because
the lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like, I'm
so just $20, and if you need $20, all you have to do is wear a free puff shirt. And you said no.
Yeah, I said no.
Did they say how many hours?
$20 an hour. And she told me she got paid like $60 yesterday for standing out here in 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way?
Okay, so let me go ahead and come out of this. So I know that video is a little choppy, but if you couldn't hear, the lady was saying that she was approached by someone to wear the jersey. Hey, to wear the shirt. We can pay $20 an hour. Now, it says here that the free Puff shirt was first spotted as a jury selection that began May 5th, donned by Charlucci Finney, Combs' longtime best friend. Other than Finney, any groups of staunch supporters of Combs are scarce outside the downtown courthouse, as his team of powerhouse attorneys in the week 3 battling the feds at the falling rap mogul's sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Now, this pop-up displays of support of the defendant made the group stick out in the crowd, with the majority of reporters inside the courtroom hanging on every word of the testimony and anticipating a reprimand of counsel from the judge. Journalist and podcaster Emily Hagan, host of the Emily Knows Everything, drilled down on the sudden show of support to find out what was going on here. Says it was okay. Now, according to Hagan's reporting, it was a bit of an all the above. After speaking with someone of the t-shirt clad demonstrators, she learned that this may have been a paid protest or paid display of support that may not have been born out of grassroots support for Combs. Now, in the clip that I just shared with you all, one woman tells Hagan that she was approached while looking on at the silent free $ Diddy gaggle, and then she said was told someone handling them out of there she'd earn $20 per hour to wear the t-shirt for a few hours outside the courthouse as the trial was unfolding inside. A video caught fire online and was soon viewed by who 50 Cent, who's been trolling this whole case and Diddy forever. I mean, if you look at 50 Cent's Curtis Jackson is his legal name. He trolls. He's been making a name for himself as a content creator. Really, I mean, not obviously he's a movie. He has his film credits and TV credits with the Power series and getting his own film and movie studio. But he really has been a content creator just on his own personal social media accounts. Let's see. It says here that the rapper said Diddy paying people to wear free Diddy shirts is diabolical. But $20 an hour ain't bad. I might throw that on for an hour tomorrow. I mean, he goes. That's what 50 is. 50 is. He really bugs me, but he is starting to accept the new title as a hip hop mogul, a business mogul. He's successful in music. He's successful in film. He's successful now in business. Now, I used to, when Diddy, before all this had occurred, I felt like it was like Diddy was always on top because Diddy had, all the reality shows, right? Making the Band. I know there were some other ones that he had done. He also did. He was in movies. He did cameos in movies. He had the clothing brand. He had the liquor company. He obviously had the music. There were so many other things that he had his hands on. 50, on the other hand, I remember when 50 started with effing vodka. It was effing disgusting. Okay, it wasn't good. His stuff was not as long term as Diddy was, which is his stuff. But now we're seeing 50, obviously, very successful when he started with the Power series, and that has grown, got multiple spinoffs. I think I'm not sure if he's moved into the film. I mean, he's been in movies, but I don't know if he's actually been producing films. But he's doing great stuff. So now it's like, okay, 50. It's like I can talk ish all I want to now. I can do all the talking at this point. But humor aside, the suggestion that the t-shirt handout and alleged paid protests are affiliate with the Diddy coin does raise some ethical questions regarding Combs' affiliation with the demonstrators organizers. That's because his sons, Justin and King Combs, are behind his make sake meme coin, which hit the Solana blockchain on May 8th. Now, the two have been running social media for the coin, and King Combs has been running his father's social account since the September arrest in the interest of spreading good energy. Let's see here before I finish. It says here that the Diddy cryptocurrency is a meme coin launched on the Solana blockchain and apparently primed to capitalize on the controversy surrounding Combs' trial. And that's what I just don't get. Meme coin, I don't get Bitcoin, I don't get the stock. I don't get it. They just, whenever folks are talking a lot about it, it just raises interest. Like, I just don't get it. To me, it's a waste. But I gotta have a financial expert on to really share, is it the right investments to do? I never understood it. Let's see. It says here, since this launch has been promoted online by Combs and later by his friends and fellow rapper Kanye West. Ooh, that's another story right there. It's a hot mess right there, helping pump its price at least temporarily now. Yeah, I it's interesting. So much stuff happening with this Diddy case. I would say that I would say that I don't care how much you offer. Don't nobody need to be doing no free puffy shirts for $20 an hour. All right, I know times is hard, but please do something else because this is aggressive. This is aggressive. And look, I'm looking at folks. They were maybe a small selected group of people that did not show off their identity. The rest of them are like, yeah, I'll wear it. And they none of them looked like they were homeless people. They just looked like people that wanted to be seen, and just, I mean, it was interesting. It was interesting. But what's that song? What's that song by the OJs? For the love of money. Money. Like that is a true example of what people would do for money. I mean, my goodness. Let me go ahead and digress from this story here and move it on to some let me move on to the story right here. So Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, this is reported by Mediaite, are now officially part of the deep state. What? Oh, do share, Arrington. Do share. Don't worry, I will. It's reason why. Let me play this quick little clip for you all, because this is why that that they have been kind of receiving heat from the right after this interview on I think it was on Fox News recently. And now Kash Patel is I believe the FBI director, and the deputy director is Dan Bongino. First of all, can I just say how wrong that just it kills me to say Kash Patel, FBI director, and Dan Bongino, deputy director. Like, Dan Bongino, I believe, was in the Secret Service for maybe a few years, and then went on to grow a career as a far right wing nut job. I mean, he really has made a career of himself by just spewing false narrative, conspiracy theories, the whole 9 yards. Made millions off of it. And so now, I mean, to the point he was originally, a prime person on Fox News. He ended up getting fired after that lawsuit that Fox had to pay damn near $1 billion in that case. Y'all remember that? So now he's the deputy director of the FBI. Let me play this real quick, and then I will read this more in context that's reported by Mediaite.
You know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
You know a suicide when you see one.
The person that they're talking about is Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, who we know the story, the Epstein Island, a corrupt individual who had millions, almost billions, and he was, friends and with the elites, and there were a lot of sex trafficking that was occurring in there. There was so much. I don't have the specific details of it. Oh, well, that says it right here. A sex trafficker. So that was a prime thing of his case. He was arrested. He was found guilty, put in jail, and then well, I don't even know if a trial. No, a trial was he was found guilty, put in jail, and then all of a sudden, boom, he dies in jail. Now there's been all these rumors saying, oh, is it somebody had to take him out because he had his hands with so many powerful individuals. So there, you watch movies, y'all. Come on, put your mind together on this one. They're saying, oh, it wasn't suicide, someone took him out. And now you see Kash Patel and Dan Bongino saying, no, it was suicide. Now here's the funny thing, in my opinion. These are the two guys that were boasting the opposite views on this. They kept on saying, oh no, come on, this is not rocket science, we know what really happened. And now they're saying, and it's so funny seeing Bongino is both of them just look like they're like, oh no, it was. But here's the thing, because it's like, okay, why are they reneging? Like, why are they coming back on what they have always yelled and spewed out on their platforms to their audience? And now all of a sudden, oh, you got these positions. Why the change of heart? But see, I'm gonna tell you why. You had folks with pictures with Epstein, like Bill Clinton, one of the Prince somebody from the royal family, and then you also have multiple photos with him and Donald Trump. So now all of a sudden, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying it's interesting. That's all I'm saying right there, is that it is quite interesting. So let me read you this. During a recent Fox News interview with Maria Bartiromo, they poured cold water on the conspiracy theory that the reported suicide of child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein was covered up. Both officials said the evidence supports the conclusion that Epstein died by suicide. Bartiromo said to Patel, you said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide and people don't believe it. And he didn't believe it either. But him, Kash Patel, as well as what's the guy? But Dan Bongino, none of them believe it because they weren't saying. But here, let me read some more for you all. Patel replied, "Well, I mean, listen. Whenever you start with something, well, I mean, listen. Well, I mean, listen. Well, I mean, listen. That means you're not too confident of what you're trying to speak to us, bro. That don't sound like you too sure. Well, I mean, listen. They have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in the prison system, who has been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in the segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see suicide. And that's what that was. When you've been in segregated housing. Bongino agreed, saying he killed himself. Again, you want me to get I've seen the whole file. He killed himself. This was not the development expected by the hardcore conspiracy theorists. Thank you. Conspiracy theorists who have convinced themselves that Epstein was part of some bizarre child blood consuming cabal that became the primary narrative of QAnon set over much of the past decade. And that's what I'm talking about. These two hard far right conspiracy theorists are now taking, like, it's just interesting. That's all. Both Patel and Bongino spent a great deal of time undermining the Biden administration with baseless accusations and pointed questions that strongly suggested some nefarious deep state control of the Justice Department and the FBI. And now they're a part of the deep state. Oh gosh, this is rich. I tell you, it's very rich. Scores of podcast listeners believe these theories to be true, even though zero proof was ever presented. And that's another annoying factor, y'all. We have so many podcasters, content creators, and look, when the reason why I want to do a show is because, for one, I love conversation. Two, I love conversation. I love speaking with people of all walks of life, different backgrounds, different opinions. I enjoy it. But also, I always want to keep my family, you all are my family, up to speed of what's happening in our society. Because look, I've always been approached by saying, hey, did you hear about this? I sure did. What's your take on, like, I love doing what I'm doing. I didn't say I'm gonna start this and just be straight up controversial and make up lies just for views and be a part of the divisiveness of what's going on in our society and make views off of it. No, I don't care. I do not care. I do this for fun, and I'm blessed to have a fun job doing this. But you have folks that truly just start these programs or platforms just to add more fuel to the fire. For real. That's the God honest truth. You have folks that love to add more fuel to the fire, and they want to keep that momentum going because they're like, oh, I make money off of being controversial. I make money off of even though I might not be a Trump supporter, or even though I might not be a far right, it's more money into that, and so I'm going to do that instead. I mean, come on now. We see people like Candace Owens, who she started her career in the MAGA movement. Now she's starting to be more anti-MAGA. You see Ben Shapiro. Well, Ben Shapiro's an intelligent guy. I don't agree with most of the stuff he says, but he's an intelligent guy. There's so many folks. Again, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel. There's so many of them that just gaslight until the lighter fluid is empty. I mean, they do that so much until it's just it's sickening, and it's just sad because obviously y'all didn't have a lot of friends growing up. That's the one thing I say. Y'all want so much damn attention. Y'all rather risk folks' lives and add, in my opinion, which is inhumane, when you encourage more divisiveness in our country and all these, false narratives. Now, I'm no journalist. As I mentioned, I'm an opinionated conversationalist. So you can agree with what I have to say, or you can disagree. But if you listen to me, I appreciate it. You get another perspective from another side. As I continue this, it says here, this is how conspiracies work. One never needs to prove that they are right. It's just raising the doubt or asking the questions about something is enough to raise skepticism. It's a deeply cynical political ploy built on the burden of proof. Felt that one. It's literally impossible to prove a negative. Why does the Bigfoot conspiracy theorist last? It's very true. Why are we still talking about Bigfoot? Because he's never been found. It's just like aliens. I'm sorry. It's just like aliens. I don't believe in aliens. I'm sorry. For those who, if you listen to the show and you believe in aliens, that's cool. But I don't. I really don't. I have better things to think of rather than, is there life beyond the earth? When you get to space, is there another life force? Like, I don't care. Like, y'all need to worry about make sure y'all bills are paid, make sure your health is good, making sure, y'all life is put together. Don't worry about these damn aliens, please. Like, it's stupid. What else am I missing here? A darker example is international politics. No one could ever prove Saddam Hussein never had WMDs, because how can one prove you don't have something? You can't, and so we went to war. Okay. So while Patel and Bongino rose to fame and political stature playing the deeply skeptical game, they are now exposed to the same logical they insist that Epstein's death is suicide, but they only say that now that they have seen reports that were made available to them in their current roles. And how convenient. I tell you. It's interesting. We will continue to read some more about this. But once again, you see these two, I'm trying so hard not to call them out of their name, but these two individuals obviously just, I'd say, man, when you, this administration is just so it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm gonna just keep on saying that. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Just interesting, my friends. Just interesting. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna head to another commercial break. Take another quick breather. Thank you for sticking with us. You are, as I mentioned, tuning into the Arrington Gavin show. So please stick and stay. Do not go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll have a lot more great conversation here for you on the Arrington Gavin show. Don't go anywhere, my friends. We'll be right back.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
Jazeera Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JazeeraLearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, my friends, welcome back. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin show. Next up, give me a second here. I'm just making sure I'm multitasking. I'm typing some notes as I want to move on to this next one. So the next conversation I want to bring up to y'all is about how the Republicans are so not for this new spending bill that is given from the Trump administration, the quote unquote big beautiful bill. And matter of fact, Speaker Johnson has clashed with Rand Paul over the wimpy spending cuts in this new Trump bill. This is actually reported by FoxNews.com. Let me go ahead and share this video with you. Let me see here. Let me get this soundbite going for you. And Rand Paul, U.S. Senator out of Kentucky, Republican U.S. Senator out of Kentucky, has been one of the primary vocal ones, and he's not the only one in regards to this bill that was recently passed by the House, and now it's yet to be passed by the Senate. So let me go ahead and play this clip right here with what U.S. Senator, a Republican senator out of Kentucky, Rand Paul, had to say about this bill.
Cutting spending. Somebody has to stand up and yell, the emperor has no clothes, and everybody's falling in lockstep on this. That's the big, beautiful bill. Don't question anything. Well, conservatives do need to stand up and have their voice heard. This is a problem we've been facing for decades now, and if we don't stand up on it, I really fear the direction the country is going.
The senator, or excuse me, the speaker.
I mean, did you hear that right there? Did you hear that? He said, I'm gonna repeat what he said, that quote. He said, somebody has to stand up and yell, the emperor has no clothes. Everybody is falling in lockstep on this. Pass the big beautiful bill. Don't question anything. Well, conservatives do need to stand up and have their voices heard. If we don't stand up on it, I really fear the direction the country is going. Now, it's so many things I can think of that I want to point out here. Rand Paul, hearing Rand Paul speak against MAGA is quite interesting, because Rand Paul was very team Trump in the early stage, and he's probably still, would still vote for him today. But see, there's something called midterm elections. All right. We know it's primary season right now, but then we got midterms. We got elections happening. And is he doing this to, I don't think he's up for a re-election. I think he's still got some years in his term, but is he doing this to help keep his butt in his seat? Is it for his constituents? Is it for the fact that, this new bill, they had said close to 8 million people would be losing their Medicaid and Medicare, all on the behalf of tax cuts given to billionaires? Because that's all that it is. That's all that it is. Let me see if I have let me see if I can pull something up for you all as we're talking about this big beautiful bill. All right, let's talk about this big beautiful bill. Is it? Did I get it? I get it. Let me see here. I mentioned that it will increase the national debt. It will add $3 trillion to the national debt. All right, $3 trillion. It will cut social programs, as I mentioned. SNAP, which is food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare. Obviously, we have a huge economic risk, and this is being said by economists, folks who they do this for a living. They work the numbers and they give you proof. They're saying, they warn that the combination of tax cuts and increased spending could limit the Federal Reserve ability to manage inflation and interest rates, posing risks to economic stability. Folks, you have guys like U.S. Senator Rand Paul, Republican senator out of Kentucky. You don't get no more red than Kentucky. He's saying, well, this is bad. Josh Hawley is saying this is not good. There's another gentleman that had also spoke against it. Let's see here. Republican Senator Ron Johnson. Also, let me play this. I'm gonna play this sound bite for you. So hold tight real quick as I get ready to pull that up for you all. I mean, there's so many folks who are saying this is not, and look, this is politics, right? There's going to be times where they're not going to agree on everything, but we all know Trump is he pouts. He's a big baby. One disagreement with him, he's gonna hate you forever. He will. It's the truth. It's the truth.
I couldn't care less if he's upset. I'm concerned about my children, my grandchildren, and the fact that we are stealing from them. We are stealing from our children and grandchildren. $37 trillion in debt, and we're going to add to it as Republicans? That is unacceptable. And that's why there's no way I'm going to vote for this bill in its current form. I couldn't.
Ooh, you heard Ron Johnson say, I could care less if he's upset. Ooh, Trump don't like that. He don't like that. I know it. I know he don't like that. Go ahead on Senator Johnson for standing up. Shoot. I mean, it's about time people grow a pair and speak against this guy. I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense, y'all. It really does not make sense. How could you vote for this guy? You're hurting folks that voted for you. That's why I just keep on laughing. Folks were saying, oh my gosh, he's gonna take care of us. We're gonna have money back in our pockets, this and any other. Man, how many times that folks kept on telling you he is benefiting the rich? The rich. I got another great one. Oh, this was you ain't gonna never guess, never guess who I have next that's also speaking against Trump. And I mean, he's been speaking about it multiple times on his program. I mentioned his name earlier in the show. None other than the one, the only Ben Shapiro, founder of what is called the Daily Wire. He's also conservative host, podcaster. You know, I mean, one of the top tier conservative and really political voices, you know, of our time. Truly intelligent guy. This is what he had to say in regards to Trump.
That many of the organizations that Donald Trump Jr. is connected to are making an enormous amount of money during this period of time when his father is president, which raises awkward questions, certainly, about Trump administration policy, ranging from Trump meme coin to World Liberty Financial to gigantic real estate deals in Qatar. None of this is an amazingly good look. This administration is doing too many important, I'll say it again. This administration is doing too many important things to be bogged down with conversations about how members of the Trump family or the Witkoff family or any of the other families surrounding the administration are making bank while President Trump is president in countries that President Trump is attempting to negotiate with. That is not a good thing. At the very least, it is not a useful thing that many of the organizations that Donald Trump Jr. is connected to are making an enormous amount.
So, I mean, it's and that kind of leads me to my last headline I want to share with you all about just the corruption in front of our eyes, because we have a president that is this position, the White House, it's his personal freaking piggy bank. Why? Because as Ben Shapiro just stated, his kids, his family is making so much money off of their father being in the White House. Of course you think there's dad getting his cut. Come on, y'all. Think. Recently, the White House had a well, not the White House, because this dinner was actually at one of Trump's one of Trump's golf courses. They had a meme coin meme coin investors dinner. And let me go ahead and share you this clip. This was by ABC News, and they talk a little more about it. But there was this very high class, very expensive dinner that was literally $148 million in total they made on that evening. Let's hear. Okay, so yeah, 148 million. So let me go ahead and play this soundbite. Then I have I'll talk a little bit on the other end.
Overnight, President Trump returning to the White House after a black tie gala for the biggest buyers of the Trump crypto coin. More than 200 cryptocurrency traders gathered at the president's Virginia golf course, many from overseas, after winning access to the dinner through a contest that billed the event as the most exclusive invitation in the world. Among those spotted, retired NBA star Lamar Odom and Chinese billionaire Justin Sun, who has faced scrutiny from U.S. regulators. The Trump coin launched just before he took office in January. It quickly surged to more than $75, but by April had plummeted to under $8. But after the contest was announced, the price surged again, with investors buying big for a chance to snag an invite. Bitcoin, meanwhile, hit a record high this week, topping $111,000 as political support for crypto grows. Some Republicans are embracing that shift, but Democrats call the dinner a pay-for-access scheme.
Donald Trump's dinner is an orgy of corruption.
This is the most corrupt White House in the history of the country.
This is like the Mount Everest of corruption.
Even some Republicans are skeptical.
I know that he's put his stuff in a blind trust, but their children are involved in these assets, and that still gives some people pause.
The White House insists the event was personal and that President Trump Trump is complying with all laws.
I have also stated previously from this podium that the president is abiding by all conflict of interest laws that are applicable to the president.
But with no guest list released and foreign investors among those in attendance, the ethics questions are only growing. And regardless of whether the coin goes up,
I stop him right there. First of all, shame on you, Lamar Odom, because obviously you just trying to, do what you can and get some paper in your pocket and to be relevant again. I mean, it's just, Lamar, I'm happy that you're here with us. I know you had a rough past. I know you're doing great stuff, but hey, you're entitled to doing what you're doing. But again, I just, it kills me. And to me, I feel like they take advantage of Lamar Odom. I really do. I think they're taking advantage of him. But again, ethics. Now, the press secretary has shared that, which she's a person I believe that is always going to be in it for the money. And I'll explain that another time. But she's saying, well, we have, Donald Trump has, we've noticed, and he's doing everything by the, he's following the law and the protocol the proper way, and this and the other. There is no illegal thing that's happening. But let's be honest, even crooks know how to cheat the system, right? That's why you call them crooks, because they know how to walk around the system and do something illegally without getting caught. All right. So it says here that CNBC at Trump's $148 million meme coin dinner, the food sucked and security was lax, attendee says. Says here that the price of President Donald Trump's meme coin plunged to 60% recently, just hours after he hosted a black tie gala at his Virginia golf course for the biggest buyers, an elite crowd that spent a combined $148 million on the token of the chance to be there. It was billed as the most exclusive invitation in the world, as you heard from. Among 222 attendees were crypto influencers, industry executives such as Sandy Carter's of Unstoppable Domains, and they mentioned earlier in that soundbite Lamar Odom, former NBA star, who used the occasion to praise Trump as the greatest president and promoted his own token. I guess what dollar Odom. I mean, it's just. For the love of money, the moral compass is gone, y'all. The moral compass is gone. Money over morals. And I get it. Hey, you got to make sure you make sure you good. You make sure your family's good. And I understand, but sometimes, y'all, greed and money doesn't go but so far. And I will leave it at that. Think hard on that. Money and greed doesn't go but so far. People do so much for the love of money. But you realize that at what cost? What's the principle? We live in a world where we do so much dumb stuff for money, man. Even I catch myself making sure I don't do stupid stuff for money, But we just do some stupid stuff for the money. And once again, y'all, I just want y'all to continue to stay informed, stay aware of what we're witnessing here. The Trump family cashed in or brought in like $2 billion, during, and it hasn't even been a full year. It hasn't even been a full year, and you see how much money they're pocketing. Relationships with international leaders, gifts, this and that and the other. Come on now. Come on. By the time his administration, his term is over, they'll be worth so much until it's not even funny. And they're gonna get away with it and just all go brush it on the table. It's sickening and it needs to be stopped. That's all I can say. Y'all, thank you so much for sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune in weeknights on the Arrington Gavin Show. Follow us on all platforms. Peace and blessings. I will talk to y'all soon. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.